You can watch 5 hours of motivational videos every night if you want to. If you're really desperate, you can make it a freaking nightly thing where you just spend countless hours just watching David Goggins and other people go about their business, you know, conquer the world in their own little way. The truth is, when you feel like shit, you feel like shit. And I'm not sure if it's any good seeing people who are, you know, hitting world records. I'm not sure if that type of content, if that, those type of scenarios are going to help somebody that's in a rut. You know what I mean? Like, what good is it? Watching some guy, you know, go about his business, conquering the world when you're in a rut. What the main thing is, I feel, is embracing the suck. Embracing that shit feeling. For me, personally, you know, it might seem walking away, quitting, is the easy route. But I've always seen it that is the hardest freaking way to go about life, man. All right, quit this. Quit it. What else is left? What else is left? You're going to start some other endeavor. You're going to get really good at it when the gains are coming in, when you're making progress in whatever the thing you're doing next. You're going good. And then there's going to come a time where there's going to be a trial, an obstacle, adversity. Something's going to happen. Always does. If you're on a path to greatness, whatever that thing means to you, whatever goals you've set, if you're on a path to conquer some goal, there will be some adversity. There's always going to be some sort of incline fight. Always. Does not matter what it is. Nobody has a straight line drive to the top and grab the trophy. It's never like that. There's always trouble. Do you want that on your record, that you gave up? I don't care. No one else cares. This is a conversation for you and yourself. Do you want that on your record, that you've quit already something else? Especially if you love that thing. If you really love it and you quit, I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, all I'm going to say is good luck sleeping to you, because when you close your eyes at night and you go to sleep, you have to talk to yourself. You have to be alone with yourself. And that is probably the hardest thing for a lot of people in this world, you know, who have done questionable things. There are many bad things that we can do. And the hardest thing for these people is to be alone. It's just you and that voice, that gut feeling, consciousness, that just you and that. And that is terrifying for a lot of people. And frankly, that to me is a harder path in life than embracing the damn suck and going about your business, sucking the shit out of the shit. That's it. Because I don't want to talk to that guy at night and tell him, yeah, I'm a pussy, man. I'm a quitter. I surrendered. Fuck that, man. There is no surrender. Absolutely no surrender. Because that shit is the hardest. I don't know how many times I've heard stories, watched movies, you know, read history. The guys that surrender, man, those guys have it so much harder than the guys that went, screw this shit, let's swing, fire, just jump into the bullets and just take as many as we can with us. Those guys had it easy. They're not even, death is easy. It's the living that suffer the most, man. It's the living. And if you're a pussy, if you're a quitter, if you surrendered, that is a miserable life, man. Misery. You don't believe me? Go for it, man. Quit. Quit. See how your ego, see how your internal drive, how your sleep goes. No worries. Put that shit on your record. When things get hard, the only question you got to ask yourself is, We're going to surrender. Is surrender easier than this shit? No, man. It's not. It sucks, man. It sucks. We all hit these periods where, you're walking into the gym and you basically know, oh, this is going to be shit. Can you hardly freaking walk without pain? Why am I here? Well, I'm here because I want to suck the shit out of the shit. That's why I'm here. Anybody else got any other questions? Yeah, I'm the shit guy here. Yes, it's me. I'm the shit bastard here. Shit. Who's got some shit for me to suck? Because I'm in the mood of sucking shit. I can walk this morning. Last night before I went to bed, I was limping like I couldn't walk, man. I was like changing my gait. I was turning my left foot out completely so I don't engage any calf. Looked like I've been shot, man. This morning I woke up and I had more tolerance in the calf. I can walk. It gets really stiff really quickly if I sit down. But once I'm up and about, like it's all right. I almost feel like I'm normal. Still very tight. I got no dorsiflexion at all. I never freaking had dorsiflexion, it seems, in the last couple of months. But now it's like zero. But anyway, I did my best. I got 60 on the bar. Did 5 sets of 10 with that. Left that shit to be. Went to some other shit. Went to the bench. That also felt crap. I don't know whether that's a CNS thing or whether that's a psychology thing, but everything felt heavy. Like the bench press, got nothing to do with the damn calf. Yeah, no, it sucks. 110 felt really heavy. Did a bunch of back off sets, and I thought, well, since I'm sucking the shit, might as well continue sucking the shit. So I went over to the flat bench, the free weights area, the dumbbell area, and I've not done dumbbell work in dumbbell bench in I don't know how long, man. It's been easily like 6-7 years, easily. So I went on there and I got up to like, I think I did 32s, 32 and a half. I was shaky, like all over it's just a different sensation to a barbell. So I'm all like weird. Felt like I walked in the gym yesterday. But I can already see that I feel like it's more triceps when you do dumbbells. I don't know if that's just me or not, but anyway, since I can't do any proper work, even putting the dumbbells back, I was like, man, this is risky for my freaking calf, man. Like, shouldn't be doing this. But anyway, I did a bunch of those sets, and then I finished off with some calf raises. The seated calf raises, I loaded up like 2 10s, and I was just like small range of motion, just kind of feeling it. Seated calf raises don't hurt at all. It's the standing walk, kind of the gait. When the left foot is the back foot, that's when I really kind of feel that tightening, sharpish kind of feeling. That sucks. But I'm lucky, man. I'm lucky. A lot of you guys were saying that it's probably not a tear, it's probably a strain. If you look up strain on Google, a strain is defined as a tear or an overstretching, essentially. So I could have just overstretched. However, I did feel a sharp pain. I don't think I felt a pop. I just felt a stab. So maybe that was an overstretch. Maybe that was a fiber popping. I don't know. But I'm feeling pretty good, man. Like I can walk. It's only been like 24 hours after the injury, and I'm already kind of feeling not too bad. Still tight and all that. I'm restricted in my range of motion, but I can walk. Not for long, but I can walk. It sucks, man. Like I haven't had an injury like this for quite some time. Like I think it's been, a good 5.5 years since the last time I rolled my ankle badly and broke that bone in my foot. The year before that, I also rolled my ankle pretty bad and ruptured a couple of ligaments in my ankle. So I've done the left one and the right one. Those are probably my most serious injuries. I've never broken a bone other than the bone in my foot. And then, started training with weights. You have soreness here and there everywhere, but that's not really an injury. Had the hip pain. That's probably the bane of my existence. Really kind of difficult at times. But this has kind of probably been the worst musculoskeletal injury I've had, other than the ankles. So I think it's what I've made a mistake with is running after squatting. If you think about what weights are heavy, right? Makes sense. They're heavy and we move them slow. So when you are moving your body through space and resistance slowly, you're causing high tension through the system. High tension basically means that the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscle, that needs to get tight to overcome this force. So in a way, weights get us tight, and running is essentially plyometrics. It's power stuff, right? You are bouncing on top of your legs. You're bouncing on top of your feet, right? Bounce is like a very, very short-lived, high stress force, and it only lasts for a moment. So one of you guys said to me that the forces involved in running are like 10 times the forces involved in squatting. The exact number, I think it's between 3 and 6 times your body weight is how much force you produce when you land with your foot when you're running. So if I'm 100 kilos and let's say it's 5 times my body weight, I'm 100 kilos. That's half a ton of weight in that moment when I land. That's a lot of freaking force. So I've squatted heavy. I've contracted all of these different structures in my body. Everything's tight. And then I start bouncing freaking half a ton on top of myself, on top of these weak lower leg structures. Pop. Sharp pain. It makes sense. Now, I've never thought about running as the most difficult aspect of somebody's training. I always thought it's light. There's no weight on me. However, when you are running, when you're bouncing, these forces are real. And so if you're going to run, it probably makes sense to run first and then lift weights second. However, if you run, any, decent amount of distance, you're going to inhibit your training, your weight training. So up until now, basically, I've tried to run more as the last thing I do before I go home, and kind of just run at the start just to warm up, have my training session, and then run a little bit more as a cool down, if you want to call it. But now I'm realizing that is not doable because I'm not fit enough for that. I go in, I squat like crazy yesterday, did a lot of sets, both wide and front squats. And then I finish off with a run and I freaking snapped my calf. Now, I'm very lucky, it seems. What's transpired yesterday wasn't anything severe. Looks like tomorrow I'll be, I don't want to say back to normal, but I'll be able to at least, it seems, I don't want to jinx myself, but it seems like I'll be able to walk tomorrow pretty good. I still don't feel comfortable, doing calf raises. I definitely don't feel comfortable to run. So running is off the table for quite some time now. But I have to restructure what I want to do. I think running is still something that I want to do. I want to be able to run after my kids, man. My boy's going to start, getting older and older. He's probably going to pick up soccer or basketball or tennis or something. I don't want to be that dude that can squat, 200 kilos and can't freaking run because I'm too scared to snap my... Come on, man. Like, I'm not a disabled human being over here, man. I'm in the business of improving my performance. Now, if you're calling performance being able to run 10 meters, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You're just got different goals. I've always said it. I don't want to be the fat dude that can't run after his kid. That is ridiculous. I spend 14 hours a week training. You're telling me I can't run 10 meters? What sort of mockery is that, man? So I want to be able to run. 500 meters to me doesn't seem like a freaking big distance, man. I used to run 10Ks back in the day like nobody's business. I was 75, 80 kilos, I get it. But I reckon I need to ease myself in somehow, even less. Like first thing every single day, come in, run 500 meters, and get some of these damn structures, the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia, the Achilles, all these structures below my knee to freaking start getting, acclimatized to running. It's been a long time. I've got these minimalistic shoes on as well, which are probably not helping with the transition. And if you think to yourself, like, I've worn some sort of shoe basically for 20 years with an elevated heel. And for me to think that I can reverse 20 years of a habit in the space of 2 weeks, you're asking for trouble if you think that's the case. So there needs to be a long, prolonged period, especially when you're thinking about the forces 5 times your body weight. So that's the plan right now. Just chill out for a little bit. Still counting the squat as much as I can. When the squatting starts to happen a little bit more, then I'll add the deadlift. And obviously I'll start doing some upper body stuff because I can't really do anything, meaningful lower body. Even upper body stuff like getting dumbbells out of the freaking rack were troubling me as well. I just don't have confidence in the left leg at all anymore. But anyway, I'm lucky. I'm very, very lucky. I'm grateful. And I'm happy to suck the shit for the moment. Appreciate all of you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.